That's my little solar light. 12:05 in the morning, and I came out, and it's cooler now, only about 90. So I came out and gave the some water to the, changed the water on the ducks and chickens and all. But I came out here to see what the bees were doing, and check this out. It's kind of crazy. Let me see. Look at that. They have got that entrance blocked up with bees. Hey, Lee, I was getting notifications about your videos that I've already seen. You know anything about that? Look at that. Look at that. This is one of them nukes. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 mediums on it. And that one's going crazy. Any ideas? I mean, obviously they're just cooling off, right? But that's yeah, I got bees on the light too. Yeah, it's only about 90 at midnight. But this colony was that nuke from a month ago, these Carniolans. I've got 4 supers on them, and they're still chillaxing out on the front. I mean, there's some other ones, like this one, it's got a little bit of bees on it. But that one is like really, really jammed on top. I wonder if they're going to need more room. Don't know. Oh, okay. But they are on the outside of that one. This one's got a little bit. I don't really want to turn my light on. I guess I could. I didn't bring my headlamp, but there's a little bit of bearding on that. I did. Look at this. You know those cheap nukes I got? That I put in 10 frame boxes. Now these are 5 frame nukes here. Those colonies just were not doing well, and so I moved them back. I took them back down to 5 frames today. Maybe condensing them down will give them a new lease on life. Otherwise, they're going to probably get combined with another colony. Just a little bit on these, but look at this. Holy smokes, guys. This was an overwintered nuke that I graduated. They've got 4 mediums on them too. My queen bank's got very little bees outside, but I've been snatching these entrance reducers out to try to keep them in check. That's and this one has 1, 2, 3 mediums and a deep on it as supers. Hopefully this footage probably looks terrible to you guys. It looks great on my phone. I don't know how it's gonna look on the feed, but yeah, they're doing pretty good, guys, over there. Monster Hive ain't worth a shit no more, unfortunately. This one is bearding good. I didn't even bring a lighter. I could have lit up this one. Yeah, they're bearding. they're bearding on that one too. You can probably see the shadow. Not crazy, but other Demaray not bearding. My little nuke, this nuke I've got sold, and I'm gonna take one of these other nukes I got over here and sell that one. So let me see. I saw some comments. Let me see, live chat. Oh, it does it. It looks pretty good. So yeah, I got 2 nukes sold. The guy's coming Sunday to pick up. All right, so it reconnected. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, it was 97 today. That doesn't include heat index, right? That's just the temperature, the thermometer, but the heat index and the UVs. Yeah, they're just chilling. I guess those are all foragers. I guess in the morning they'll take back off, right, and get to work. I guess they're just cooling down. I mean, it's pretty neat to see. But I mean, they've got room. I guess they're just using this time to chill. But you know, some are, some aren't. I've been going through, like I said, reducing sizes of boxes, which, you know, like these 2 burnt boxes right here, I've been reducing those sizes. Wouldn't think you'd be doing that this time of year, but they're just not, they're failure to thrive. Even with new queens and everything, they're just taking their sweet time. I've got nukes over here that I split that are doing better than those nukes that I bought. But those were the discount nukes, so I guess you get what you pay for. So I took these doubles down, and you notice they were double hives, and now they're single boxes, and got them on multiple there. So we'll see what happens. You like those nukes? Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen any mites on the bees. Doesn't mean they don't have them. I probably head, and since they're not going to produce, hey Jim, since they're not use honey, I should just go ahead and put some Apivar, right, or go ahead and treat them. But that's the craziness that is, right? Beekeeping. You got some colonies that are blowing up, and some of them that aren't. I mean, just from the bearding, I didn't even know if anybody would come in, guys. At, you know, it's 12:15 in the morning here. Hey, Mark, Jim, DC, how y'all doing tonight? So it's like feast or famine. Either they're doing stellar or they're just struggling. Some of my nukes, I mean, last year my nukes, when I'd make a split, they would absolutely just go to work. And this year it's like the splits are just not doing it. Just not doing it. Let me go back to this, my super nuke that I bought, because it's in the light. You can see the bearding on that one. And that's not even I thought that was my most bearding colony, and it's really not. Sometimes, you know, it's good to come, if you can, come out to, I mean, granted, I got a street light right there, right? So, my colonies stay in the light. But it's just like they're just sleeping, chilling. I just didn't really expect my taller colonies to be bearding on the front, because I assumed that all of this space up here would have enough space to dissipate the heat as the heat rose, right? So the bees could move up and the heat would come out the top. But I don't know, maybe it's nothing to worry about. I mean, I got small colonies that aren't doing it, and then I've got big colonies that are doing it. You guys got any suggestions? I'm down for it, aside from shimming the top. And when I say shimming the top, I mean putting something under the lid that could potentially let hive beetles come in. But yeah, I've moved these two here back down to 5 frames today because they're not doing anything. I got a couple more that I could do that to. However, this weekend, if, let's say this one here doesn't have, hypothetically doesn't have a queen in it, when I go to check it, or that one, I will merge it with one of these other weaker 10 frames that do have a queen in it and give them some firepower, right? I just didn't want to yeah, a lot of them, like if you notice, you see that colony right here with the red lid, there's not that much bearding. This is my queen bank. But if you look under here, I've got this shim that I built out of plywood, and it's got 3/4 inch holes drilled around it and screen over the holes. So that's letting heat out. These other ones don't have that. So I'm wondering if that's my weekend project. Either that, and what I have done before is taken supers and even drilled holes right in the boxes and screened them up to let the heat in the top. You just got to make sure that box stays on the top, right? To vent heat out. But I've got a philosophy on that if they're outside chilling out, they're not inside working, right? There's no work going on from these bees right here. They're not drawing comb, they're not feeding queens, they're not covering brood, nothing. They're out here chilling. So even though that's a natural response for the temperature, I need to do something to lower this temperature to get those bees inside working, right? That's my thought anyway. I mean, I don't know what you guys think. So you do put coins. You put coins under the lid to let the heat get out. But you don't have hive beetle issues up there. All right, so y'all say there's nothing to worry about. I just don't, I want them to be productive. Like these small colonies, nothing, right? I know there's bees in there. I checked them today. They're just chilling. And the funny thing is, this is what I do when I come out to my yard. If you stand back, first of all, let's say this rack right here with these colonies right here, I had not a single colony make it that was on this hive stand over the winter. None of those, these are all new colonies. None of these made it through the winter right there. I don't know why they don't do good. The ends do good. These ones in the middle, not so good. I mean, literally not that good. Some of these boxes have like that one on the end has a super on it, but it's not, I don't think they're actually doing anything in that super. So like the ones on the ends, exploding. These colonies over on the other end, exploding. Right here in the middle, well, okay, winter winds. If that's winter winds, but I got my house right there as a wind block. I got bushes back there as a wind block. I got trees over there. I mean, I guess you could get winds from the driveway. So, I mean, we don't get excessively windy, but these colonies right here did not do very well. Especially that on that blue rack right there did terrible. Nothing. All of those colonies are new colonies, and I just want to get ahead of them. Now, obviously, right now we got the honey flow going, right, or a honey flow. So these taller colonies, I'm not trying to take brood from them at this point. I could. I mean, I could take a frame of brood from each one of those and start plugging them in these other colonies to boost their numbers up. But at the same time, am I going to hurt my production? Probably not so much this time of year. Someone was saying end colonies do better because the bees drift. That's possible. The air conditioner fan, you think so? Let me see. The fan's right there. And my bigger colonies are on that end. I was thinking it could have had something to do with the way when the sun comes over, which colonies are getting sun first, right? So I don't know if it's YouTube or my phone, but it keeps disconnecting from the internet. But that was a split, so I'm not too worried about that. That was a nuke that was very strong that I took a bunch of splits off, and now it's not so strong anymore. That one took a bunch of splits off. It's not very strong anymore. I took some splits off of this one, but not as bad as I did the other ones, and they're just blowing up. That one's blowing up. Bees count to 4. And then this, but this row, nuke's not doing too good. That pink box was the initial, that swarm that I caught, that's that one. Now, I will say, I have not put any feed on these colonies at all. And that could be slowing them down. They just don't have the workforce to bring in all the nutrition they need. So maybe that's something I need to consider over there. It could, I don't know. I'm stumped on why this section of my bee yard, right here to right there, these 3 in the middle aren't doing very good, but the 2 on the end, or the 3 on the ends, are doing real good. So maybe I need to relocate these. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'm starving them. Well, I'm not trying to starve them. I mean, I'm not feeding any of these either, but yet they're making plenty of their own resources, right? And these are not like new splits. I mean, these have been here for a few weeks. I know you were, man. I know you're joking. But I don't know. And just for you duck lovers, they have to make the YouTube appearance every time I'm on. I think they're eating the berries that are growing over there. But break up the rows, maybe stagger them. Maybe if I pull these rows in the middle over to the side a little bit, kind of stagger them, offset them, maybe that'll do it. But again, remember, I only came out of winter with 12 colonies, and right now I think I'm sitting on 35 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. I got 32 over here, and I got 5 at the other yard. So I'm at 37 right now. 37 colonies. Most people here don't pull until like the last week in June. Right around July 4th weekend type of deal. And all of these boxes that I have over here, they're not entirely full. I mean, some of them are heavy. Well, I've got that other yard that I moved the 5 nukes over there, and to see if that'll help them out. I don't have a problem. Guys, I don't mind like downsizing if it'll eventually help the colony go. Like that second box right there was a big strong colony and it went queenless, and I've requeened it, and it's just not doing well. I mean, paint them all the same color. Well, I do like the burnt wood look because every box is different, right? Because every tree has different. So that burnt box look does work. But I try to not to confuse them too much. It's just, I don't know, guys. Yeah, the Ukrainian is that. I just had something unbee fly at me. Oh, the new queens that I got were Italian hybrids, the VSH. These here are Carniolan nukes, these 4 on the end, that I just put in a month ago, guys, and they're absolutely destroying it. This one here, this is that Desmarais colony, and that Desmarais colony has, I put 1 frame of brood in the bottom, right, to do the Desmarais. It still had 8 frames of brood up in the top. Bee-wise is getting ready to explode, and it started to draw out the comb, which was the whole reason we did it, was to get them to move down and to give the queen more laying room. So they've drawn out 5 or 6 frames in the bottom. They're working in the brood box, or in the supers now in the middle, and they've got 8 frames of brood up here in the top. And this second colony, it's just exploding. There's no words for that colony. I mean, of course you saw those nukes. They were really kind of strong when I got them because they had sat there late, and I had to make sure they didn't swarm by crushing cells. These other 2 nukes on the end, not as strong as these 2, but you know what? If they fill those boxes up, that one's got a deep on it and a medium, so that should be close to what? Close to 100 pounds if they're all the way full. Hold on, shit, Bob. Thinking you are way too dense. Yeah, I might need to spread them out. Make a couple rows and spread them out a little bit more. But again, I really only had planned to put 4 on there. I should just take that nuke on the end, right? I should take that gray nuke on the end and find one of these other weaker colonies that aren't doing good and merge that down together with them. Hey, this is, I really just came out here to water my ducks and stuff when it was a little bit cooler at night and spray some water on some of the berries and stuff that I planted this year that are doing terrible. But I walked over here to look at the colonies and I saw all the bearding, and then I started thinking, well, why is it, this is not a new thing. I mean, I added these 2 rows back here. Nope, that row was there. I added that row this year, but that blue row did not succeed last year. None of those colonies right here that were right here last year made it through the winter, and they're not doing well now. So I don't know if it's that location. I don't know what it is. But, I mean, right here, it doesn't take a rocket scientist. Those are tall. These are not tall. That's tall. Hey, Bobby. I mean, and these are struggling right in the middle. And I don't know why. Why the middle ones aren't doing good, but the end ones are. So, I don't know. I do not know, guys. I wish I did. That's why I come to you guys. You guys are supposed to tell me, hey, this is what's wrong with your crap, Bob. And, you know, my goal for the year was to get to 35 to 40,000 pounds of honey. I based that 1,000 pounds of honey off of having 12 hives coming out of the winter. Wasn't expecting any of these. I really wasn't expecting those. I wasn't even planning to buy those to do anything. And they're my top producing colonies, the nukes I put in a month ago. And, you know, some of the ones that came out of winter, they're doing good. That one on the end, you know, they're doing good. But these splits and stuff, they've got bees, they've got queens. They're just lollygagging, taking time. And they should be, you think this would be the time they're building up because it's warm temperature and you got nectar flow on. And I don't know. I don't know, guys. This is the struggles that I have. And the stuff that keeps me up at night. And I just think it's amazing that these bees can vary so much. They're all in the same location, pretty much. I don't know. In the same orders, you would have moved them. Well, you know, the entrances, for most part, the entrances are staggered, right? So, like, this one faces this way, that one faces the other way, this way, that way. But then you look at people like Barnyard Bees, and they've got rows and rows and rows of colonies, nucleus colonies, all stacked up next to each other. Acres and acres, you know. So again, like I said, guys, I don't know everything about beekeeping. I wish I did, but you know, these are things that I'm trying to figure out as well. So if someone learns something from me failing, then good, we'll both save next time. I would pull a line out. So like, take this, leave that one there, move that one over this way. Maybe I gotta have my driveway a little bit, but move it over 4 or 5 feet this way. Leave that one where it's at, move this one over 4 or 5 feet this way. Like a length of the colony, or the length of the rack, just for the ones that are struggling right here in the middle. Give them some extra space. I mean, I'm not really worried about nukes being unable to get where they need to go, right? I mean, they're just small colonies. I'm sure they'll figure it out. But, and if they drift to one of these other ones, then I guess it's not really setting back an already struggling colony. And, you know, tomorrow I might just come out and all these weak colonies that I'm not going to be pulling any honey off of, these smaller colonies, go ahead and just apivar them, might treat them now, and, you know, let them start. I didn't want to put any feed on them. I mean, how can I feed this little nuke right here? How can I put feed on that? And then got this monster behind it and that monster right there. And those monsters over there. Now, granted, they're not really eating that much. I mean, they're not feeding on the open feed, but what direction is south? I'm facing south. My house faces south. So, technically, hold on. Yep, that's south that way. That way is south. So the sides of my colonies are facing south. So they're actually facing west. I got west that way, north that way, I believe. Or that's east, sorry. That's east, west, south, and north over there. So these nukes over here are facing south. These nukes are facing south. But I cheated on them today because I split them. I put a very little bit in some Boardman feeders on the front just to give them a little boost. But I really wanted to see, like this one, even this nuke right here is bearding a little bit. I mean, they're on the board. This one, a little bit. I actually have a frame feeder in there. It's probably empty now, but I don't have any food on that one. No food on that one. I just didn't want them to, I wanted to make sure the splits had a little something. Yeah, you know, I used to have them, guys, I used to have them at the back of the property, and they were all against the tree line facing the back of the house, and they did really well over there. The first year they were really blowing up. The problem was the hive beetles loved it back there too, which is why I pulled them out here to everyone said, put them in direct sunlight, do this, do that. So I moved them over here. And I mean, obviously I've got colonies doing real good, and I got colonies not doing real good. And it's these 3 rows right here in the middle that are sucking hind tits, so to speak, that I can't figure out. Put them where you like them. Well, yeah, that's the thing. I'm just trying to figure out what I can do to help these middle colonies right here. Why there's nothing that would tell me, or nothing would lead me to believe there's anything different about these rows than the other rows. But these right here in the middle aren't doing as well. They're just not building up fast at all. Keep the peppermint on them, I usually do. But so yeah, that's kind of what my thoughts for this evening. Didn't mean to keep everybody up all night. None in front of the other. You know, but okay, so if the in front of the other thing is a problem, I understand. I'm not debating that. But why is it these in front of each other do good, and these in front of each other are not doing good? I mean, you could make a case that these tall colonies are actually blocking the sunlight going to these colonies if the sun is on that side, right? You see the shadow. You could say that it's blocking there. These, you can't say that because they're all the same height, and they're not blocking the sun going to these, which are doing really well. But these colonies are not growing like those on the end. And these over here. Night, Jim. So, I don't know. Guys, that's just a thought. I thought, you know, a lot of times, when I do a video like this, and I don't know, I may not get the answer right now, but you guys will actually think about, well, you know, hey, Bob was talking about this, and then, there's a wax moth, damn you, wax moth, that you guys will think about it and, you know, come back later and be like, hey, I was thinking about this, and this might be something to think about, you know. And if you guys come up with something awesome, that would help. And I'll try to think about it. But, you know, my mentor has them rowed up like not quite the same, but he does have them rowed up. he's got more property than I do. But definitely don't want yeah, I don't know. I'm really close to just, after I make these, I've got one nuke made up, 2 nukes that I'm selling. The guy's coming Sunday to pick up, and after that, I think I'm going to start doing, you know, the good thing with having this many colonies is I could take a frame of brood from 3 different colonies, strong colonies, right? Just one frame, and put it in a weak colony and really boost that one colony up. Or I saw, who was it I saw? I saw somebody's video. I saw somebody's video. Was it might have been Gus, no. Gosh, I don't want to lie to you guys. I saw somebody's video, and what they did is basically took a box, like I want to say it was just a nuke box, and they shook a bunch of frames of bees in it, let all the foragers fly out, and then just dump nurse bees right into the top of them. But yeah, so I don't know. I'll figure it out, guys. Hopefully you guys come up with something and can give me a suggestion, what you guys would do, and we'll get it figured out together. That's what we do as a community, right? Figure things out. And you know, it is now 1:45 in the morning, and I went. Oh, my ducks walked around back. They're constantly walking. They're probably over by the. I got a little kiddie pool that I fill up with water, and I just emptied it and filled it back up, so they're probably swimming around in there. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go, and let me know what you guys think, and I'll try to read these comments when my old eyes can see them bigger, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.